Not gonna lie, guys. This one was pretty rough.
Hello!
2002 is upon us, and the fashion is as well. Given that Lucy's huge hair swoops and Mary's Vanessa Carlton aesthetic are both in full swing. Welcome to Seventh Heaven Season 7, baby. And I know what you're thinking. Wasn't Aunt Julie just going into labor, and then she disappeared and we never saw her again?
Annie, I'm having the baby.
Great!
Yes, the baby was born the day that Matt got married, but you know, the wedding drama was more important to talk about, obviously. Even with that atrocious plot hole considered. This was actually the first season of Seventh Heaven capable of maintaining a consistent overarching plotline, and there were far less characters who disappeared without a trace. And despite all that, this season was absolutely terrible, and I cannot wait to tell you everything about it. For anyone who has no idea what Seventh Heaven is, that's fine. Each season is equally insane, and you don't necessarily need to watch them in a particular order. If you are interested in watching all the way from the beginning, I do have a playlist on my channel entirely dedicated to Seventh Heaven, so you can watch that if you'd like, but again, I reiterate, not necessary. And also, if you want to be sexy and hot, you know what to do. Subscribe. You gotta subscribe. You don't have to pay any money. You just push this button and then you become sexy and hot. It's awesome. So you should do that and then send my videos to all your friends who also want to be sexy and hot like you. Thank you for your service to the world. For how good you look. So Seventh Heaven is a Christian-themed soap opera that began airing in 1996, featuring an ever-evolving family of misfits and delinquents. Mom and Dad are named Annie and Eric Camden. Annie is the white American dream version of a jack-of-all stay-at-home mom. Eric is the reverend for their local church. And because he is the reverend of the local church, every single person in this town is obsessed with Eric and his family. The townspeople especially delight in vehemently critiquing every single thing that his children choose to do. They're basically the local Kardashian family of Glen Oak, California. Now the kids are as follows. Matt is the oldest. He's 23 years old and he's currently married to Sarah, who I assume is also 23. They're off at medical school in New York, enjoying the sexual freedoms now allowed to them because of their recent elopement.
What if I am pregnant?
But you can pretty much forget about them because we don't see them very much. The next kid in the family is Mary, who is the magical age of over 21, which I have come to learn is a very important age in this family.
He is over 21.
I am an adult. I'm over 21 now.
The next kid is Lucy, who is 20.
How is it that I'm almost 21 years old and have no major accomplishments?
Then Simon, who's 17. Ruthie, who is 12. Sam and David, the twins, who are 4 years old. And they're just kind of there. All the time.
What's up, Kevin? Hey, man.
Then there's Robbie, who is an unofficially adopted child of the Camden home. He actually used to date Mary for like 2 years off and on, but then he just kind of fully assimilated into the Camden family and is considered a brother at this point. Then, lastly, there's Lucy's brand new cop boyfriend guy who she met last season, Kevin, who is 25. Oh, and also Kevin just happens to be Mary's firefighter boyfriend, Ben's older brother. So Lucy and Mary, siblings. Ben and Kevin, siblings. Yes, that is 2 sets of siblings dating each other. It's fine. This is normal here. Ben sucks, by the way. We do not like Ben. Lucy met Kevin last season at an airport where they immediately became obsessed with each other at first sight. Kevin made the decision to move from New York to California to pursue Lucy and marry her. And apparently that means the Camdens are now renting out their ever so coveted garage loft apartment to Kevin.
Hey guys. Hi, Mom.
Why didn't you just call me Annie until you officially asked Lucy to marry you?
So not only did Kevin move across the country to date Lucy, he also moved into Lucy's family home to date Lucy, which feels like a lot for a brand new relationship. And we are going to get into that, among other things, in great detail, starting with episode 1. Monkey business. Okay, so you know how I mentioned Mary's boyfriend, Ben? Well, Mary actually broke up with Ben just barely, much to the family's dismay.
Any chance that Ben might fly in on one of your buddy passes and have dinner with us?
They are obsessed with Ben.
Ben is a nice man.
Ben's ex-girlfriend moved back to New York from London and wanted to try and seduce Ben. Mary felt threatened by that, so she just broke up with Ben so that he could be with his ex-girlfriend.
Did Ben break up with you for his old girlfriend?
Oh no, I broke up with him for his old girlfriend. He's too nice to break up with me.
Mary is still incredibly emotionally immature, and she does this thing where she gets super volatile and suddenly decides to lash out at Ben by dating a much older, raisin-looking airline pilot man, Jack. A man who is old enough to be her father. Oh, and also has a daughter her age. In the beginning of this episode, Mary clearly expresses to Jack that she is uncomfortable telling her parents about their relationship at this point.
Because they're not gonna take it well.
For now, she's wanting to keep this particular aspect of her life private.
No. No.
Despite that clear communication, Jack shows up at Mary's family home uninvited and outs their relationship to her family.
I've kind of gotten back into dating again and ready to go, hun?
I'm just going to drop Captain Smith at the airport and I'll be back late. Good night.
They've been dating for like 2 weeks. So that's a good start. That's a good sign. Jack insists to Mary that he will not date her without her parents' approval.
Now I have to explain things to my parents that I didn't want to explain.
And I'm never going to feel comfortable going out with you unless I know your parents are comfortable.
Meanwhile, he continues to date her despite knowing without a doubt that her parents are not okay with it.
That's just the kind of guy I am.
I'm just such a good guy that I'll ask out a woman young enough to be my daughter and then force her into outing our 2-week-long relationship to her parents by showing up at her doorstep and imposing myself without warning or invitation.
I'm never going to feel comfortable going out with you unless I know your parents are comfortable.
Yeah, baby. Just the best kind of gentlemanly guy you could ever ask for.
That's just the kind of guy I am.
And now we must introduce Roxanne, the drama.
Is it me? Am I the drama?
Hi, is Kevin home?
Officer Kevin Kinkirk has just been assigned a new cop partner, this hot blonde girl named Roxanne.
She's not hot.
Yes, she is.
Lucy immediately gets a pretty weird vibe about Roxanne and goes into overprotective, jealous girlfriend mode.
A beautiful blonde woman just showed up asking for Kevin.
Beautiful?
This becomes her main obsession and only plotline this entire season.
I don't think I'd call her beautiful.
What would you call her?
His new partner. She's having dinner with us.
What?
I don't blame Lucy for being upset about Kevin's new cop partner, considering the fact that the first time Lucy sees Kevin and Roxanne in the same vicinity, this is what's going on.
You won't hurt me.
You just had to help Roxanne freshen up on her boxing skills alone in your apartment? Really?
Really?
I don't think Lucy is in the wrong for being jealous of Roxanne and being upset about her boyfriend's behavior. Rule number 1 with coworkers. Keep your hands to yourself, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, friend. He's not your friend, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy.
Keep your hands to yourself, especially when alone in your apartment together, especially when that apartment is located in your girlfriend's parents' attic. Lucy just saw Kevin and Roxanne touching each other, being all giggly and flirty, and she storms off in anger.
Wait here, I'll be right back.
I especially don't think Lucy is in the wrong to be upset about Roxanne, considering the look on Roxanne's face after this interaction. She liked that she caused a bit of tension and drama in this relationship. She enjoyed the fact that Lucy got all riled up over this.
Am I the villain? I don't think I'm the villain.
Lucy's gut feeling about Roxanne could not be more spot on, and you will see what I mean by this. Kevin completely writes off Lucy's feelings of discomfort around this awkward situation.
Where are you going?
Where does it look like I'm going?
The insistence that Lucy just be okay with all of this begins right away. It's like his perfect happy little daydream that Roxanne and Lucy become best of friends.
I want you to come back upstairs and meet my new partner. She's really nice.
Lucy ends up asking Kevin if he thinks Roxanne is hot. And he says yes. He says yes.
And I suppose you think she's really hot, too.
I guess.
So you think she's hot?
Is she?
You tell me.
Okay, she's hot.
Kevin completely misses the point of why Lucy is upset, starts diminishing Lucy's reaction as if it's coming out of pure jealousy.
How can you be jealous of any other woman when you know how I feel about you?
Jealous? You think I'm jealous?
Doesn't try in any way to make her feel better. He just gets pushy and acts like an ass.
Just because you love me and want to marry me doesn't mean you can't be attracted to another woman.
All right,
All right.
thanks.
What is wrong with you?
In the meantime, Roxanne makes her way down from Kevin's apartment and meanders her way over to the main part of the Camden home, uninvited, to see the drama unfold, I assume, when she runs into Robbie and checks out his pants for an uncomfortably long amount of time. Robbie and Joy broke up, by the way, and I'm not surprised by that, as most relationships in this show tend to end between seasons. Classic Seventh Heaven, you know?
You better get over Joy.
I can't. I'm swearing off women, okay?
Robbie and Roxanne immediately recognize each other from 7th grade.
You used to be the good girl.
Used to be the bad boy.
You know, I think I spent the entire 7th grade thinking about making out with you.
Really?
And then they start making out on the porch in broad daylight. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
To make the situation even worse than it already is, Lucy decides she's actually going to give Roxanne a chance. She starts to walk outside and go back to Kevin's garage loft apartment when she opens the door to see Robbie and Roxanne mid-makeout session. God, I'm exhausted already.
I'm sure there's a logical explanation.
And I have one. Roxanne!
Notice here how Kevin just grabbed Lucy's face to shut her up? Yeah, this is what he does basically anytime she tries to talk about Roxanne. Kevin never allows Lucy to say anything about Roxanne. It's ridiculous. Robbie ends up asking Roxanne out for a movie date tonight, and somehow Kevin and Lucy just get like volunteered to go with them on a double date.
Oh, we thought we'd go out for a movie.
Maybe Kevin and Lucy should go along with you so you can all get to know each other better.
You're right, Mom.
This becomes a whole fiasco. So Lucy's relatively new boyfriend gets really suspicious about Mary's brand new boyfriend.
You never said how you and Mary know each other.
We both work for the airlines.
And?
And that's how we know each other.
It was nice meeting you.
Kevin ends up completely hijacking the date because he is the driver. They all decided to carpool together. And on the way to said movie date, Kevin pulls the car over to the side of the road because he's worried about Mary's new boyfriend.
I'm just suspicious about that pilot.
So this ends up trapping Roxanne, Robbie, and Lucy in some like mystery solving situation instead of a movie date because Kevin is suspicious about Mary's new grandpa boyfriend.
Kevin, the movie starts in 5 minutes.
We can see the movie anytime.
I hope this is important.
It's important.
And no, this storyline was not in any way worth Kevin sabotaging this entire date night.
As Ben's brother, I think I owe it to him to find out what Mary and her date are up to.
It's important.
Well, as they're in the car, sitting on this side of the road and Kevin is ruminating, Roxanne starts bullying Lucy about being jealous of her.
Roxanne and I are on a date, and your girlfriend is so jealous she's embarrassing herself.
Oh, is that right?
Yep, I'd have to agree with him.
Roxanne, you're single, right?
Do I need a lawyer present for this?
Then further stokes the fire by admitting to Lucy that she asked for Kevin to be her cop partner because he's the hottest guy in the cop store and she's open for spending some of her money.
Being single, you got yourself partnered with the best looking single guy on the force.
Yes, I did. He's a nice guy and a good cop.
And he's single.
Okay, and he's single. He's not just good looking, he's the best looking guy on the entire force. What are you gonna do about it?
Okay, you two, stop.
Something you need to know about Roxanne is that she's sort of a mentalist prodigy, mind-reading criminal profiler to be. She uses her special powers here to successfully deduce that Lucy and Robbie used to date each other. She then mentions this out loud like some kind of power play over Lucy.
Lucy, are you jealous because I'm Kevin's partner or because I'm on a date with your old boyfriend?
And apparently, Lucy forgot to tell Kevin that she and Robbie had a week-long rebound makeout fling last season, and Kevin is not okay with this.
In all this time, I never mentioned that.
He decides this is absolutely unacceptable and gets really worked up about Lucy's past with Robbie. Lucy's past with Robbie is now the most important item of discussion, okay?
I honestly thought you knew. I did. I thought everyone knew.
They end up getting to the movie theater, but just sitting outside while Lucy desperately tries to convince Kevin that her history with Robbie was nothing, which it was nothing.
That was the worst date I've ever had. Just remember, I broke up with you.
But Kevin isn't buying it at all. He just sits in anger, giving her the silent treatment, stewing and getting more and more angry.
I'm taking a walk.
And then Kevin remembers that he noticed something suspicious about Mary's new boyfriend. So he just storms out on the date. He just leaves and takes Roxanne with him. What the fuck? And he ends up deciding that the correct thing to do in this situation is to go and find Mary on her date night and harass her about how she's dating a pervert. Mary and Jack go out on a date night together at the pool hall, where they are quickly interrupted by Kevin, the new leading man, police officer, hero boyfriend guy.
What's a guy in his 40s going out with a woman in her 20s for?
He likes me. He's interested in me.
Are you really that naive?
He's a nice man. He's
a pervert?
I hope this is important.
It's important.
It's important.
He's
a pervert?
And then apparently afterward, he goes back to pick up Lucy and Robbie from the promenade where he abandoned them and brings them all home. Back at the Camden home, before Roxanne leaves, she apologizes to Lucy for bullying her.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Lucy. I'm sorry we got off to such a rocky start.
And as she's walking away, Lucy starts trying to tell Kevin her feelings about Roxanne.
I still think she's a...
Yeah. Kevin cuts her off by grabbing her face and kissing her. I'm sorry, is this meant to be cute? Excuse me? You abandon her at the promenade with Robbie out of anger so you could then go be like Batman or whatever. And now you think everything's all fine and good and you cut Lucy off and end the night with a fucking kiss. It works, you know? Lucy gets distracted.
I love you.
I love you too.
On the topic of Kevin and Lucy, everyone is pressuring Lucy to be ready to marry Kevin.
I think he'd ask you to marry him if he thought you'd do it.
Mom told you to quit stringing Kevin along and tell him you'll marry him. He would marry you. We all know he would if he thought you'd say yes.
But Lucy is trying to be smart about this. She wants to wait a while to make sure that this is what she really wants, that this is the right person for her.
I am gonna ask Lucy to marry me as soon as I think she'll say yes.
You don't think she'll say yes?
Not yet, but she will.
She wants to date him a little longer, get to know him a little bit better. Very rational, very normal.
Someday I will make a commitment, but not now. Not until I'm really, really ready.
And Kevin gets so manipulative and guilt trippy about this. It's really obnoxious. Sometimes it almost feels like he tries to punish Lucy because she's not fully ready to be married right now, you know? The episode ends with Kevin kind of turning everything on Lucy, saying that he wishes he knew that she was ready to commit to him, as if her being hesitant and wanting to take her time is some huge problem in their relationship.
It would be nice if I felt you were ready to make a commitment.
Nothing about Roxanne, nothing about her and Robbie, and I guess everything's fine.
Good night.
Good night.
Simon has a new girlfriend, and all they do is mac, which is fine because that's basically all anyone does in this show. Nah, it's deeper than that. Simon actually started a teenager-friendly, non-sexual sort of escort business. And this girl, Cecilia, has hired Simon to help make her boyfriend jealous.
So, what do you want to do?
I think we should practice making out until we get it right.
So they practice making out with each other all day long to make their performance extra convincing so that she can break up with her boyfriend in a really dramatic way after he catches her making out with Simon Simon. It's a whole thing.
Hey, you making out with my girlfriend?
If I'm your girlfriend, then why were you making out with another girl right here just last night?
The point is, Simon has started this little business where he gets paid to be a date for people. I personally find Simon's business idea to be creative and fun and harmless, so long as he's keeping himself safe and maintaining good boundaries with his clients. I say no harm done here. I am apparently wildly incorrect for having that opinion because everyone else who finds out about Simon's business is appalled.
What are your mom and dad gonna think if they hear you got money for taking a girl out?
They're all acting like Simon's business is one of the most horrendous things that could ever happen to humanity, and it's so confusing to me.
You'll take my advice and not do this again? I can't promise that, and I can't promise I won't say anything.
We'll get more into that later. The last thing I wanted to talk about this episode is the reason for the title of the episode, Monkey Business. Ruthie's chimpanzee friend is back in the picture.
Who is that?
I'm chimp sitting. You remember Eisenhower from across the street?
I was low-key kind of terrified watching Ruthie be in such close quarters with this chimpanzee for an extended amount of time. Do you know how dangerous chimpanzees are? Like, seriously, do you understand how fucking dangerous a chimpanzee is? Just watching her next to this chimpanzee this entire episode made me sick to my stomach. Like, holy shit. I mean, obviously she's fine. Didn't make me not be afraid for her, though. Anyway, Ruthie spends this entire episode babysitting her next door neighbor's chimpanzee. After the whole day of watching this chimpanzee, the owner comes back and offers Ruthie money for her time and her care of the chimp. Ruthie gets really excited because she was not expecting to be paid.
Here you go, Ruthie.
$20? That's a lot of money for something I do for free.
Eric sees this moment and then decides it's a great time for some stupid, morality lesson learning kind of thing by making Ruthie give the money back.
It was my pleasure.
No, you earned it.
If you'd rather take it back, that'd be great.
Thanks, Ruthie.
What? I understand that serving others without getting money for it is a good, noble thing to do. Not trying to hate on that at all. But just because you would do something for free does not mean you should. You deserve to be compensated for your labor, especially if that labor is time-consuming and dangerous.
That's a lot of money for something I do for free.
Normally, I wouldn't have included this plotline at all, but this was a terrible lesson from Eric, and I do not approve.
Other kids may be awkward at 12, but you're something special.
Thanks.
It is not virtuous to teach someone to be a doormat, okay? Episode 2, Monkey Business, Deux. Mary is still in the relationship with Jack. Annie has told everyone in the family to deal with the Mary situation by not saying anything to her about Jack at all. Do not talk about Jack.
Mom doesn't want anyone to say anything.
I said something last week before we got the order. It didn't do any good.
Yeah, I struck out too.
Did you talk to her?
Yeah, I couldn't help myself.
Neither could I. Did you get through to her? No.
So you think anyone can stop Mary from seeing this guy?
It's not likely.
Everyone disobeys the rule and tries to tell Mary she should not date Jack, including Annie. And including Kevin. Eric approaches Mary with trying to remind her about her hunky firefighter man, Ben. Like, maybe if he can remind Mary that Ben exists, then she'll want to date him again and break up with Jack.
Come on, Ben's a great guy, and he really cares about you.
But Mary is convinced that Ben is actually in love with his ex-girlfriend.
No, he's not. He's just talking to her.
He's just talking to her. Okay. Great. He shouldn't be, though.
He really cares about you.
And now I've met someone else. Someone I care about more than Ben.
When reminding Mary about Ben doesn't magically convince Mary to break up with a man 30 years her senior, Mary threatens to go stay somewhere else in Glen Oak while she's here.
Oh no! If the man that I date makes you uncomfortable, I will stay somewhere else. Somewhere I won't have to talk to you.
And Eric actually receives it as if it's a punishment.
Are you giving me an ultimatum?
Conflating this to mean that Mary is choosing Jack over her family.
Everyone in this family thinks that you should stop going out with a man who's old enough to be your father.
Look, man, I'm all for Mary breaking up with Jack, but that is some seriously manipulative bullshit.
You'd consider leaving your family in order to be with this cradle-robbing, low-life sky jockey?
The irony of Eric calling him a cradle robber and whatnot.
Would you please get out of my car?
Go ahead and do whatever you think. I hope that every time you even think of kissing him, you think about kissing your father.
You know she couldn't hear you, right? You know she was driving away and could not hear the words you were saying. You know that, right? You know you have neighbors that exist too. Eric gets a report from his main man at church, Lou. Apparently, people have been spreading the word about seeing Mary around town with an older man, and it's reflecting badly on Eric in the eyes of the public.
The children reflect badly on the church.
My children?
Also, apparently, all the neighbors did in fact hear Eric yelling pretty wild things at Mary this morning.
Eric, you yelled something crazy at her. And this was at 6 in the morning.
You think about kissing your father!
In an effort to salvage his own image, Eric goes out to find Jack at an unspecified location and confront him. And the following scene gave me some of the strangest conspiratorial thoughts I've ever had in my life. When Eric shows up to confront Jack, this is how the scene plays out. Eric bumbles around like a buffoon until he finally finds himself next to a lovely country club pool. At least I'm assuming it's a country club pool. I don't know. Eric then hears from behind him,
Reverend Camden?
Then this is the entirety of the rest of this scene.
Captain Smith?
May I assume this is about Mary?
Yes.
You may.
I can't say I wasn't expecting it.
Fade to black. The first time I watched this, all I remember thinking was, they should kiss. And I remembered nothing else about this interaction, just that I thought they should kiss. So I went back to watch this again more intently because surely I missed something, right? They didn't just stare into each other's eyes and fade to black. That can't be what happened, right?
Reverend Camden?
Captain Smith. May I assume this is about Mary?
Yes, you may.
I guess I wasn't expecting it.
Yep. That's it? No, we don't come back after the commercial break. I'm telling you, that's it. The only resolution we get to this is much later in the episode. Eric mentions that Mary is going to be moving to Florida to live with Jack.
He's based in Fort Lauderdale. They thought it would be better for them.
So I assume that's what he and Jack spoke about. We never see the conversation between Eric and Jack. And now I can't see this scene in any other way than this. It's a beautiful day, but Eric is not here to enjoy the sun. He's here to protect his daughter. He searches for the handsome sun-dried tomato of a man who has seduced Mary to give the captain a piece of his mind. After all, if anyone of Eric's own age was going to be kissing his daughter, he would prefer it be himself.
I hope that every time you even think of kissing him, you think about kissing your father.
Eric hears a strong voice over his shoulder.
Reverend Camden?
He turns around to see Jack, staring at him expectantly. Eric slowly walks up to Jack with a sultry look on his face.
Captain Smith?
He takes a step closer. Almost too close, looking deep into Jack's eyes. Perhaps to intimidate him, yes, but perhaps it's something else. I'm just saying, with the information we've been given, for all we know, this could have just been a secret ploy by Jack to seduce Eric the entire time. I now fully believe that this is the beginning of a years-long scandalous affair that hopefully ends in a catastrophe for everyone involved. It's not my fault the Seventh Heaven scriptwriters didn't actually finish writing this scene. This one is on them. Okay. By the way, huge thank you to John Walker for making this artwork for me. Please go give him a follow on Instagram and buy his art if you want to. He's very talented and great to work with. Thank you. And my condolences to Mary. This is going to be a really tough one for her to get over, but I wish Eric and Jack the best. I think they could be really good together after they figure out how to deal with all the fallout from this horrendous affair. Simon's dating business has been booming lately. And Cecilia, the girl who hired him last episode, approaches him at school acting a little bit weird.
You went out with Claire Cleavage every night this week?
I'm not going out with her for her cleavage, and it's not very nice of you to call her that. We just went to the library.
She gets kind of hypocritical and judgy.
So she paid you to take her out every night you went out?
Yes.
Oh, not like Cecilia just did that last episode.
You went out with Claire Cleavage every night this week?
She asks him out on a real date.
Maybe we could go out again.
I'm kind of booked.
I'm not interested in your dating service. I was just suggesting that we go out together sometime. On a real date.
I guess she had a great time paying him $40 to make out for a few hours, and now she thinks she gets to do it for free. Well, Simon tells Cecilia that since she was previously his client and he doesn't really want to mix his work life and his personal life, that they should not go out on a date. He says no.
I'm not sure if it would be ethical to actually date someone I've done business with. It just doesn't seem right.
Now, let me tell you, Cecilia does not appear to be able to handle rejection very well.
Want to know what doesn't seem right? You don't seem right. You really should drop this whole dating service before you get into real trouble.
Cecilia, you paid him... She gets angry at Simon and threatens that he needs to stay away from Claire. Then she chooses to retaliate by showing up at Simon's house to tell Eric all about this secret risque business because she thinks he shouldn't be doing it anymore. Again, everyone is trying to tell Simon that his business is so immoral and bad. But I'm really struggling to understand how.
It doesn't matter how nice you try and make it sound. It's still wrong. And I think you better stop doing that. If you don't, something bad is going to happen to you.
No excuses, Simon. You know whatever you're doing isn't right, so stop.
There's never really a clear explanation as to why this business is considered to be immoral, other than like, you shouldn't charge people for human relationships or something like that.
You're running an escort service. You can't do that. Why not? It's not illegal. It's immoral. I'm not selling sex. You're one step away from it.
Anyway, Eric is big mad when he finds out.
Simon! Kitchen, now!
Why? I don't get it!
Did you take money from Cecilia to take her out last weekend?
She offered to pay me.
I don't think I should be here.
Not only does Eric give Simon a really harsh lecture, but he also promises to continue to lecture Simon every day.
The three of us will talk later, and then again tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that.
Ah, yes. The endless lectures about nothing of consequence. The best and most effective kind of parenting.
And the day after that.
Eric dismisses Simon to go outside and speak with Cecilia, who has just been sitting on the porch waiting this entire time. Simon gives back the money that she paid him. Cecilia then drops a bomb on Simon.
The word out on the streets is that one of your dates is pregnant.
Yeah. Cecilia tells Simon that she thinks Claire is planning to frame Simon for this pregnancy, even though dear Cecilia has no evidence that that is the case.
And I think she's only been paying you to take her out so that when her parents find out, they'll think the baby is yours.
So Cece, can I call Cecilia that? Cece is just making assumptions off of baseless rumors. So fuck you, Cece.
Now, who doesn't understand the consequences of his actions?
Kevin is still really hung up on the fact that Lucy and Robbie had a little fling last year, and he's currently coming after Robbie and passive-aggressively accusing him of still having feelings for Lucy.
Why would you rather be in the house than the garage apartment?
I like being in the house with the family. It makes me feel like part of the family.
If you really wanted to be part of the family, you wouldn't have dated what would be your sister Lucy.
Robbie very quickly corrects this misconception.
I think you still have feelings for Lucy.
I never had feelings for Lucy. At least not the feelings you're accusing me of.
But Kevin accuses Robbie of lying, even though he explains it was always Mary he was in love with.
I was never in love with her. I was in love with Mary. You do know I dated Mary for years, right?
You're lying.
So Robbie gives Kevin an even more thorough recap of his dramatic roller coaster relationship with Mary.
I met Mary when we were both doing community service. We were both crazy about each other. We almost had sex. We were thinking about getting married at one time.
How do you feel about Mary now?
What's the point?
I think the point is you still have feelings for her.
Robbie is still in love with Mary, which just goes against everything we've seen the last 4 seasons. Oh my god.
Maybe you ought to do something about those feelings.
Like what?
Let her know how you feel about her. Maybe it's not too late.
Kevin then reveals to Robbie that when it was his turn to break Annie's rule and tell Mary that she should not be dating Jack, Mary successfully deflected the conversation by informing Kevin that Lucy spent the night in Robbie's room one time last year.
The other night, when I was talking to Mary about dumping this pilot, I told Mary that her pilot hit on Roxanne at the pool hall last week. She said, well, did you know Lucy and Robbie had a little sleepover in his room last year?
So that's the main reason Kevin's coming in after Robbie, seriously, bruh?
I think you still have feelings for Lucy.
Which admittedly, the way Mary phrased it sounds a lot worse than it actually was.
Is that true? Did Lucy ever spend the night in this room with you?
Robbie could clear this whole thing up so easily. It's as simple as being oh, no, it was not like that at all. Lucy was venting to me and crying after she had just gone through a really bad breakup, and we accidentally fell asleep on my bed, but we were both sitting up and fully clothed, and my back hurt really bad the next day.
We fell asleep in here.
You fell asleep in here, you idiot.
But no. Robbie decides to say nothing and just sit there with an extremely guilty-looking face.
Did Lucy ever spend the night in this room with you?
Is that what trading my room for your apartment is about?
I take that as a yes.
Provides no further explanation into the situation. Later in the episode, Lucy confronts Kevin about this conversation because Robbie told her that Kevin had told him that Mary had told Kevin that she and Robbie slept together.
Robbie said that you said that Mary told you that Robbie and I slept together.
And Lucy's like, why did you go confront Robbie about this? Why didn't you come talk to me about this first? A pretty reasonable relationship boundary. He absolutely should have tried to talk to Lucy about this first before getting all up in Robbie's business for no reason. But instead of apologizing, Kevin starts acting like Lucy's being controlling.
Is there a rule that I have to discuss everything with you that I'm going to discuss with Robbie? Because I didn't know that was a rule, and now that I do, I'm not agreeing to it.
Oh, now you're making rules about who I can and can't talk to?
Literally not the point at all. It's about healthy relationship communication. Trust. Kevin again interrupts Lucy by kissing her with unmoving lips, by the way. Lucy then sets another boundary that Kevin cannot just kiss her to try and get her to shut up about something.
Wait, you can't.
I can't what?
You can't just do that every time I try to talk to you about something serious.
And Kevin's just like, what the fuck, babe? Why?
Why not?
Because.
Because why?
So Lucy gets angry and storms off, and Kevin just says,
man, I love that woman.
Clock that. Remember that. It's coming up again later. There's also another major sin Kevin commits in this episode that made me so mad. Throughout this episode, all the kids are talking about Simon's business, his risque, scandalous business. All the kids know about it except for Lucy. She's intentionally left out of the know.
I'm sorry, what are we talking about?
Didn't you know?
How would I know? I'm always left out of everything. It's been that way all my life.
Understandably, Lucy has some strong feelings about being constantly excluded in this way. Ruthie ends up spilling the beans that Kevin knew about Simon's business and didn't tell Lucy about it.
Why didn't anyone tell me?
Because no one likes a stool pigeon. At least that's what Kevin says.
You didn't spill the tea? What the fuck? That's like one of your most important jobs as a boyfriend?
Okay, Ruthie. It's you and me.
So Kevin then gets mad at Ruthie.
And then you ratted me out with your sister just to get me in trouble.
Ugh, why did you make me look bad in front of your sister, dude?
Don't you think I have enough problems with Lucy without your help?
If the truth makes you look bad, that's a you problem. I officially do not like this Kevin guy. And we're on episode 2, so. Also, Spike shows up this episode.
What are you doing here? You told me to come here, but you never listened to me.
Ben, it's so good to see you.
Ben, Spike, I call him Spike. Ben. So Ben shows up to stay with Kevin in the garage loft apartment so he can be here to win Mary back. Spike literally quit his job to move to Glen Oak so that he could be with Mary. But he is far too late, as Mary has already moved to Fort Lauderdale, Florida to be with Jack.
Is Mary home?
I don't think she's coming home.
So the Spike brothers sit down and have a little bit of a heart-to-heart. Kevin's kind of asking Ben for some advice. He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to do with Lucy.
To tell you the truth, I don't know what I'm doing here either. I'm madly in love with Lucy, and she's not madly in love with me.
I moved into her family home, gaslit her about her very reasonable boundaries, and I left her out of some really important piping hot tea about her brother because of my strong values. Why doesn't she love me already?
You want some advice? Yeah.
Yes. Please talk some sense into this man.
But try to tell me only what I want to hear.
So you're unwilling to take advice that isn't exactly what you want to hear? Okay. Noted. This advice from Spike better be fucking good.
Don't give up so easily.
What? How about give her space? Respect her boundaries? Treat her like a respectable human being? Anyone? No? Hello? Kevin and Lucy talk, and he technically apologizes.
I'm sorry for just laughing you off.
I think you kissed me off.
But then cuts her off to reinforce the idea that she is in fact crazy.
I really want this relationship to work out.
I do too. And that's why I've been so crazy, or one of the reasons.
And the other one being, you are crazy?
Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Now I'm going crazy.
I don't want any woman other than you. I love you.
I love you too.
I'd kiss you off again, but you're all snotty now.
He won't give her a kiss because she's snotty from crying. Is this supposed to be endearing? It's not. It's deeply concerning to me, actually. He's just constantly insulting her. Negging her, if you will.
I'd kiss you off again, but you're all snotty now.
And despite the writers probably not intending this to be the case at all, they have written Kevin to be like this. Super concerning. Episode 3. The Enemy Within. Eric has apparently been slowly devolving into Gollum/Smeagol levels of insanity, which does not surprise me in the slightest.
How do we silence the conflict, the voices that argue within?
The whole opening sequence of this episode is Eric talking to himself.
I should improve myself.
Hey, what's wrong with me? Why should I change?
It's important for me to have my way, and I'm going to get my way. No, don't. You're better off just going with the flow.
Master's my friend. You don't have any friends.
Eric's private mental health crisis is interrupted by Annie yelling at him to let him know the dryer is ready.
And the source of that light will...
Eric, dryer!
Just a second, hon.
With us hearing his thoughts projected into the universe as if this is all totally normal and fine.
Yeah, the door is closed. That means I'm working. Why can't she see I'm working? It's not Annie's fault. It's my fault. I could go down to my church office, but then I'd run into Lou.
Eric, I'm feeding the boys.
Annie is just swamped with the twins. But apparently, despite how horrifically busy she is, Annie feels the need to repeatedly pester Eric, micromanage him, and insist that Eric stops everything he's doing to take the clothes out of the dryer right now.
You know, those are jeans. They're gonna get wrinkled.
They're just jeans. This is my sermon.
She is so aggressive about it, too.
You said to yell if I needed help, and I need help.
I just got a little carried away here. I'm coming.
Like, Eric has to take the laundry out of the dryer immediately after Annie asks, otherwise there's gonna be big problems. Eric is busy. He's in the middle of writing his sermon for, his job, and Annie knows this.
Okay, love you.
I love you too. But sometimes you just drive me.
Jeez, Annie. He's clearly busier than you right now. And if the jeans being wrinkled is that big of a deal, then do it yourself.
You know, those are jeans. They're gonna get wrinkled.
Eric.
The jeans, Eric.
I'd better get the jeans.
But the dryer must not be that big of a deal because right then, in that moment, someone shows up at the door and both Annie and Eric go to the door together to answer it, completely forgetting about the dryer, never to speak of it again. And you will never guess who is at the front door.
I think your daughter is dating my son, Captain Jack Smith, the airline pilot your daughter Mary seduced.
It's Mary's grandpa boyfriend's father, Jack's dad. This guy shows up all upset, claiming that Mary has seduced his son, Jack.
I'm not happy about your daughter dating my son.
We're not too happy about Mary dating your son either, so...
He does not want Mary dating Jack for the following reasons. Jack is a widower.
He's widowed. He's vulnerable.
Mary doesn't really love him.
You know she's not really interested in him.
And she's going to break his heart.
I simply can't bear to see my son's heart broken again.
My guy, Ken, your son is over 50 years old. I think he knows what he's doing, messing around with a 21-year-old. Really weird that you're blaming her for this relationship. Apparently, Ken is a real estate guy, and he deliberately purchased all of the properties surrounding Eric's church.
And it's not a coincidence at all.
Threatening to sell the properties to like loud, obnoxious people.
Whomever would be the worst possible neighbors for you and your congregation.
He holds this over Eric's head, telling him he needs to get married to break up with Jack or else.
Do you really think that threatening me is the best way to go about this? A little drastic, don't you think? Not to mention expensive.
How much do you think my son's worth to me?
Then Ben and Kevin walk into this situation. Yes, Ben is still staying at their house. Eric and Annie then introduce our new geezer friend, and Ben makes a huge fool of himself here.
This is Mary's boyfriend's father.
You're not my father. Our father's dead.
Why is Ben still convinced he's in a relationship with Mary? These boys are delusional. This is definitely one of the most absurd situations I've ever seen. First of all, some random boomer guy trying to take control of his middle-aged son's dating life by talking to the parents of the younger girl that he's dating. Second of all, Ben being oblivious and dumb.
You're not my father. Our father's dead.
And thirdly, Ken's stupid obsession with this hat he got from his father the day that Jack was born.
Anybody care to tell me what happened to my hat? I had a hat.
Yeah, Sam and David steal Ken's special hat. But don't worry, he gets it back in the end.
Let's find the hat, okay? I said find the hat!
Everything with Ken is resolved pretty easily, actually, because Mary ends up breaking up with Jack by the end of this episode anyway, completely unrelated to anything that Eric and Annie do.
I talked to Mary. She and that guy broke up.
You're the one who talked her into it?
You can't really talk her into anything she doesn't want to be talked into.
It's implied that Mary broke up with Jack because Robbie started calling her and sweet-talking her.
It is so good to hear your voice. I really appreciate you taking the call. I really needed to talk to you. Did I tell you his father came by here? No, I'm not kidding. Would I make up something like that?
Apparently it worked, but that's to be continued because we don't really get an update on that.
Is she coming home?
She still wants to live in Fort Lauderdale.
One thing that's pretty weird is that as soon as Ben finds out that Mary broke up with Jack, he decides that he doesn't want to pursue her anymore and that he's moving back to Buffalo. And he's gonna go get his old job back and start dating his ex-girlfriend, which is simply diabolical.
You're not thinking of going back with your old girlfriend, are you?
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Ben quit his job intending to move to Glen Oak to be with Mary. And as soon as he finds out that Mary is single, he just gives up.
You want some advice? Don't give up so easily.
I don't know what is going on with this guy. Speaking of Ben, Roxanne actually sees Ben this episode for the first time and immediately becomes obsessed with him.
Wow, that's your brother? I can't believe that's your brother.
Don't worry though, this does not pan out to anything. Roxanne literally just becomes obsessed with every single guy she sees. It starts becoming a pattern and a bit of a problem, honestly.
I'm not fixing you up.
Oh, who asked you?
I don't think I'm the drama.
Before Ben randomly decides to go back to New York, he thinks it's a really cute idea to read through Lucy's journal and tell Kevin about some of the things she wrote in her journal. He does this for no other reason than he's a terrible person. Also, he fell asleep on Lucy's bed while reading through her journal with his shoes on. Lucy understandably gets pretty mad when she walks into her room and sees Ben asleep on her bed, clutching her journal wide open.
How could you? That's my journal. Those are my very private thoughts.
So she goes to Kevin, Ben's brother, who instead of apologizing for Ben's atrocious behavior and telling Ben he needs to apologize as well, decides to scold Lucy for having the audacity to keep a diary at her age.
What did he tell you?
Nothing I didn't know already.
I want to know what he said.
Aren't you a little old to keep a diary?
So, I'm the problem?
Kevin then continues to just make fun of Lucy for the entire rest of the episode because of this.
Your brother was in my room, in my bed, yet I'm the problem because I'm keeping a journal? That's not funny.
Lucy is 100% the victim in this situation, and Kevin is acting like she's just being a dramatic baby about it.
I'll talk to you later, or maybe I'll just write a diary of my own.
Not funny!
Nobody stands up for Lucy in this situation. Lucy tells Robbie about her privacy being violated in this way, and Robbie also just makes fun of her for keeping a journal.
Aren't you too old to keep a diary?
Lucy asks Robbie why nobody seems to be concerned about Ben violating her privacy in this way, and Robbie is just like, I gotta go.
I think my time is better spent looking for the hat.
Because Lucy has had some embarrassing information shared about herself against her will, Lucy then decides that the only way to remedy this situation is to have Kevin share information with her that he considers to be private. Lucy wants to know his body count.
Thanks to your reading her diary, Lucy now wants to know if I've ever been with another woman.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Kevin starts acting really weird and suspicious when it comes to telling Lucy his sexual history, which is just making this scenario worse.
Luce, I'm 25 years old. I'm a police officer. I'm a man.
I personally think that body count doesn't matter. Like, as long as you're not noticing any other red flags about their behavior, it's not the end all be all. With that being said, I don't think it's wrong to want to know, you know? I think it can be really healthy and important to communicate at least about the very basics of your sexual history with someone that you are pursuing a relationship with, wanting to potentially marry.
I just came by to tell you that I love you, and even if you've been with another man, I still love you.
I haven't been with another man.
That's personal information I don't need to know.
Kevin does have the right to not want to share this information with Lucy, but he is acting so fishy about it, which is totally unnecessary and is making the situation exponentially worse. He just is driving Lucy more and more insane and pushing her further into erratic behavior.
I have to go.
This isn't over.
Catching up with Simon and Cecilia, Simon finds Cece in the middle of her Evanescence era, walking down the hallway dramatically like a sad music video girl. Cecilia and Simon are still fighting. More like Cecilia is still hardcore judging cleavage Claire and telling Simon all the rumors going around about this girl, that she's pregnant and that Simon is the father.
I went out with her just last week.
They think you went out with her last year, but no one knew. They think you did this because everyone was calling you Virgin Camden.
Cece thinks Claire is pregnant because she's wearing baggy clothes.
Claire doesn't look like she's having a baby to me.
And why is she wearing all those big clothes? And where did the cleavage come from?
So terrible.
Good luck.
Oh my god, this girl is such a judgy little bitch. For some reason, because of these rumors, Simon now believes it's his responsibility to take care of Claire and this pregnancy. Claire hasn't even been telling people that she's pregnant. let alone that Simon is the father. She seems to be surprised that people are even saying that about him.
Everyone thinks I'm pregnant.
They think I'm responsible.
Well, that's absurd. We just went out last week.
Claire is in fact pregnant, but she hasn't been telling anyone about it. In fact, she's been trying to hide it. She even denies the pregnancy to Simon in kind of a coded language.
Are you?
No, I'm not pregnant. There is no baby. There can't be any baby. You have no idea what my father is like. He would kill me. And I mean literally kill me.
Simon then offers to assist however he can. He ends up helping Claire by talking to Sergeant Michaels to figure out a confidential way that she could drop off her baby and abandon her baby, essentially. And he learns from Detective Michaels that the baby can be dropped off at the hospital or a fire station without any issue. Later that day, Simon gets a call from Claire letting him know that she's going into labor, like right now, and she's gonna do it all by herself. Apparently she does it and it doesn't need any help and everything goes smoothly because she just like drops the baby off somewhere for Simon to go pick it up and figure out what to do from there.
Simon, you have to come now. I'm gonna leave it in the phone booth that we talked about. I have to go home.
It's now Simon's responsibility to take the baby to the hospital. We decided that suddenly. So Simon went from having literally no obligation to this girl or her child at all to abandoning the baby at the hospital for her. Upon handing the baby to the nurse at the hospital, the nurse just says, "God bless."
God bless.
That's all you have to say. Additionally, Detective Michaels decided to stake out the hospital in order to spy on Simon's misfit adventures. So Detective Michaels is sitting in his car watching from the distance like Batman. And upon seeing Simon give the baby away, Detective Michaels just nods with approval. Yeah, Simon, you go. You abandon that baby. Woohoo! Episode 4, Bowling for Eric. Eric learns from the doctor that he has a blockage in his heart and he's going to need to get a double bypass open heart surgery. Even though this is an incredibly common, safe, and normal procedure,
Successfully performed on hundreds of patients every day.
Eric is terrified he is going to die.
I want a second opinion.
I am your second opinion.
He is quite spooked about the idea of having a double bypass.
Can't I just take vitamins or herbs or something?
Instead of going home to tell his wife about this information, Eric consults Doc, the doctor of life.
I have to have open heart surgery.
So?
Open heart surgery.
I guess we're establishing that Doc works professionally as someone who coaches terminally ill people. You know, since Doc used to be terminally ill at one point in his life and he talked to that one guy one time in like season 2. I guess that's just his job now. By the way, in case you forgot, the advice that Doc gives to terminally ill patients is to pray so they'll live longer. And it seems to work, actually.
I specialize in terminal illness, helping people that have no treatments or options available. You have treatments and options.
Eric is being so dramatic over this whole heart surgery thing, treating it like he is absolutely, definitely going to die.
I might not be around after next week.
Where are you going?
What do you mean, where am I going? I could die.
If you don't have the operation.
No, if I have the operation.
He starts calling people to have sort of last words with them and telling them he loves them. Like, whoa, dude, calm down.
I just wanted you to know that you mean a great deal to me.
Okay, Eric. What's going on?
Yes, there is a small chance you could die in any surgery, but all the doctors that you know, all the doctors you've spoken to have been telling you that this is actually not that big of a deal and you're gonna be fine.
I have to have open heart surgery.
So?
A double bypass.
That's all. And with your age and good overall health, you're a terrific candidate for a beating heart bypass.
No, I'm gonna die! Way! Eric calls a family meeting to announce his pending heart surgery. But he doesn't tell the family what the meeting is about, and everyone gets super freaked out about it. Everyone starts speculating about what horrible catastrophe has happened to require this meeting to be called.
Family meeting, living room.
Okay, who did what? It's not like we have family meetings all the time. The last time was when Matt brought Sarah home. Is Dad bringing home a nice Jewish girl?
Eric then makes the situation worse by not telling the family anything and acting like, actually, no, it's fine, nothing's going on. Just acting super weird.
Let me just start with it's no big deal. We're all going to be fine. We can all handle what I'm about to tell you.
Instead of telling the truth, Eric tells the family that the big family meeting was to tell everyone,
I need to go bowling.
They're going bowling, baby. Everyone knows this is major BS, and nobody in the family likes bowling.
Dad still hasn't told you, huh? Why don't I go get ready to go bowling? I love bowling. I love family. I love bowling with our family.
But they all go anyway.
Bowlers, let's bowl.
Finally, at the end of the episode, Eric tells Annie about the heart surgery that he needs to have. And again, it's so dramatic.
I have to have open heart surgery, a bypass, a double bypass.
I knew you were going to say that.
Kevin and Lucy's vibe this episode is still super annoying. It basically just consists of Kevin refusing to communicate properly with Lucy.
You want to know what I think?
Not really.
Gaslighting her, calling her crazy.
And I don't want to be crazy like my mom.
Too late.
It's terrible.
Fine. Then tell me if you've ever had sex before.
Lucy is still obsessed with finding out Kevin's body count, and he is still refusing to budge.
So now you can tell me.
Tell you what?
Tell me what I want to know. Tell me if you've ever been with anyone.
So she's mad at him for keeping secrets from her.
You want her more than you want me, don't you?
Who?
The woman you were with.
What woman?
The one you won't tell me about.
Honey, you're not going crazy. You're already there.
Robbie offers to give Kevin advice to help him remedy this situation with Lucy. And Robbie has the audacity to claim that he can help Kevin because he's very good with the Camden women.
I'm good with Camden women. I speak fluent crazy.
Sorry. I hate everything about all of that. The final scene with Kevin and Lucy in this episode is basically just Kevin saying, no, I will not tell you my body count, but I love you, but you're crazy, but I love you though.
I can't always tell you what you want to know, and I have my reasons. Whatever women are in my past are in my past. I love you, Lucy Camden. You're crazy, but I love you.
Aww, how romantic.
So we okay?
More than okay.
Episode 5, Heart of the Matter. This episode is basically a horrifying fever dream of Eric living out his secret fantasy of becoming Elvis while undergoing open heart surgery.
The doctor would like to know what kind of music you would like during surgery.
I like Elvis. I always wanted to be the king.
Okay.
To his credit, he pulls off the Damon Salvatore hair look really well, but I reserve the right to remain creeped out. That's just my general feeling. The whole family is there at the hospital all day waiting for Eric to be done with the surgery. As they're waiting, Lucy has a bit of an existential moment and finally realizes that she does want to marry Kevin.
If something does happen to Kevin, all I'll be left with are some very good memories of making out, but that's it. I don't want to waste any more time. I'm ready to get married.
What?
Not only is she suddenly ready to marry Kevin, but she decides that he needs to propose to her right now. Immediately right now.
You know that question you wanted to ask me but have been waiting to ask me until I'm ready to be asked? I'm ready. Ask away.
And of course, since Lucy is now pressuring Kevin to propose right away upon her deciding randomly that she's ready, Kevin now suddenly has decided he doesn't want to propose to Lucy anymore. Like, maybe not at all.
I'm not asking Lucy to marry me. Not that it matters if she tells me or not, because I'm not asking her. She's not thinking straight.
Are you gonna ask me to marry you or what?
No.
What do you mean, no?
God, dude, this is what you wanted. You've been waiting with bated breath for the moment that she tells you she's ready to be committed. Now she's ready, and you're like, nah.
Lucy, I'm not gonna ask you.
Why?
Because I'm not.
Then what are we doing?
I don't know. But I do know I'm not gonna ask you to marry me.
The drama is so dumb. And Lucy gets unreasonably pissed off that Kevin won't just kneel down and propose to her immediately on demand while in a hospital without even having a ring.
You're leaving. Whether you want to or not, you're leaving.
Lucy pressuring him to ask her is dumb.
I said ask away. Come on, speak.
Lucy telling Kevin to leave the hospital because he won't propose to her on demand is dumb. Him being weird in general is dumb. Kevin calls Lucy crazy again.
You're acting crazy. Maybe with all this going on, you should act a little less crazy.
Around and around we go.
You lead me down this road and then you just let me fall into this huge hole.
I want to ask you in my own way, and my own way's not in a hospital cafeteria while we wait to see how your dad's double bypass went. My way is going to be better than this.
Also, we get a surprise visit from Sarah this episode. Yeah, Matt's wife, Sarah. I told you could forget about them. This is the ones you can forget about. I would tell you what happened in this plot line, but it was really boring and dumb, and I don't want to waste my time on it, so. That whole episode was just kind of fucking weird, man.
I wanna hold her tight all through the night, but all she wants to do is dance.
Episode 6, regarding Eric. Eric did in fact survive his open heart surgery. Luckily for us, or unluckily, depending on your opinion of Eric. Eric is alive, but Eric is very depressed right now.
He's feeling a little low because he wants to go back to work, but he can't.
He feels like he's lost control of his life, which we know control is very important to Eric.
A week ago, I was a man in control. Now I'm just a man in the way.
Eric is just milking this heart surgery so hard.
No one needs me. I need to do something that makes me feel like I used to and not like some sick guy who just needs to rest and relax.
What are you doing?
Recovering.
I'm just not the same person I was before my double bypass surgery.
Why aren't you wearing pants?
Because I don't need to wear pants to just lie around and recover.
My life is never gonna be the same.
It's not your fault.
Whose fault is it?
God's.
Checking in with Simon and Cece, they have just the weirdest relationship. It is perpetually so confusing and strange. In this episode, Simon has finally realized that he has feelings for Cecilia, like he is in love with her, but Cecilia doesn't want to date him. Like they decide they're just going to be friends, little besties. And Cecilia, knowing that Simon has a crush on her, talks about all the boys that she's going out with. Like, it's so cruel. She knows what she's doing and it's cruel.
I know you like me, but our relationship is hardly normal. I like you, and if you want, I'd like us to continue to be friends. I could use a friend. I'm kind of going crazy with Mark.
And now we gotta check in with Roxanne. Remember her?
She's gorgeous. Her uniform is too tight. Her hair is too shiny, and she wears too much lip gloss.
And remember that one time when Robbie and Roxanne made out on the porch and then got their date night sabotaged by Kevin and we never spoke about it again? Turns out Robbie has been wanting to ask Roxanne out on another date, but he has stepped away from Roxanne because he knows how much it has been affecting Lucy. He doesn't want to cause any more drama. He does not want to make Lucy upset, which is very considerate, honestly. Kevin, upon hearing Robbie's concerns about Roxanne, basically tells Robbie that it's fine and he shouldn't worry about Lucy's feelings and he should just date Roxanne.
If Roxanne isn't in your life, that's your fault, not mine. Not Lucy's.
Kevin then decides to take matters into his own hands and calls Roxanne to inform her that Robbie wants to take her out again.
Hello?
Hey, Roxanne.
What's up?
I'm doing something I don't think I should do, but I feel like I have to do.
But before he can get to that point, Roxanne just assumes that Kevin is calling her to ask her out on a date.
Are you asking me out?
No.
Well, it sounds like you're asking me out.
I'm not.
You know, if you're attracted to me, we can't work together.
Excuse me? Her coworker, who's in a committed relationship, calls her saying he needs to talk about something. And her first assumption is that Kevin is asking her out?
I'm not interested in you.
So why are you calling me?
Something is deeply wrong with this woman, and I hate Kevin for constantly gaslighting Lucy about this and not letting her talk about it at all, among all the other reasons why I hate Kevin.
Are you asking me out?
No.
Well, it sounds like you're asking me out.
By the end of the episode, Roxanne comes to the Camden house and finds Robbie in the backyard. She then pushes Robbie up against the wall, holding him in some kind of arm lock, berates him for not being a real man and never calling her.
If I mean so much to you, why didn't you just pick up the phone and call? I like you, but I date men, real men who aren't afraid and don't get other people to fight their battles for them.
Then flips him around and starts making out with him. Then she leaves. So, last we saw Roxanne, she was all over Spike. Now she's assuming Kevin is interested in her. Finally, she decides to go for Robbie since, you know, he's one of the 3 men that you're allowed to date in this universe. To me, it kind of looks like Robbie just became Roxanne's flavor of the day once Kevin didn't bite. So anyway, moral of the episode, Eric is just super depressed and Roxanne has proven herself to be a little bit insane. Just a little bit.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
I'm not interested in you.
So why are you calling me?
Episode 7. Gabrielle, come blow your horn. Eric's father, the Colonel, is not featured in this season at all for the first time ever. And the Colonel's presence is replaced by a character named Gabrielle.
Look, I don't know who you are, but you shouldn't be smoking. What if you fall asleep in bed with one of those cancer sticks in your hand?
Hopefully, I'll be cremated before they find me, and they can just put me in an old peanut butter jar and toss me out to sea.
I think that Gabrielle is meant to be some kind of angel in this story. The title of the episode, Gabrielle, Come Blow Your Horn, is oddly similar to Gabriel, Come Blow Your Horn, a reference to the angel Gabriel blowing his horn, ushering in the judgment day and end of life as we know it. Gabrielle randomly shows up at the Camden house today because she has been sent by the Colonel to help while Eric is recovering from his surgery. Annie does not like Gabrielle at all. She calls Grandma Ruth at the end of the episode asking why Colonel would even dare to send this Gabrielle lady to the home. Like, why would Colonel think this is a good idea when Gabrielle is just such a terrible, horrifying, degenerate person?
What are you talking about, Annie?
I'm talking about the woman you sent to help.
Does she still smoke?
Yes, and I also smelled alcohol on her breath.
Wine. She loves wine.
Oh no! She smokes and likes wine. Ah! What were you thinking? Allowing someone like that to help around the house? How dare you? It's during this phone call with Ruth that Annie gets the clarification. Gabrielle was actually not sent to help Annie around the house. Gabrielle was sent to help Eric during this trying time. Do we get a further explanation of what that means? No. All this lady does to help Eric is fall asleep in his backyard, fart very loudly while asleep to break up an awkward silence, and feeds Eric some spiked spaghetti sauce that she contaminated with her saliva when she used the same spoon to stir and taste test.
Taste it.
It's the best spaghetti sauce I've ever had in my entire life.
I have a secret ingredient.
Ooh, what secret ingredient? Your saliva? No, she spiked the spaghetti sauce with about half a bottle of wine. That's her secret ingredient.
Would you like a glass of wine with that?
And that is Gabrielle's entire involvement with Eric, yet her presence truly does usher in the end of times for this man. To back up a little bit, we talked about how Eric is pretty depressed right now. Additionally, because Eric had to get an open heart surgery, he is also angry with Jesus.
Daddy's a little angry with Jesus right now.
God damn it, Jesus. Why did you have to make me do an open heart surgery, asshole?
You'll be okay.
What's okay.
The biggest thing he's mad about is the fact that he has to rest for like a month or something like that.
Are you bored?
How could I be bored?
I have something better.
What am I allowed to do that could be better than this?
Oh no! I hate resting. It's the worst.
Where are you going?
To my office.
What are you going to do in your office?
If you don't stop bugging me, I'm going to lift weights and jump rope.
Annie, in an effort to cheer Eric up, she teaches Sam and David to sing a song about Jesus. And it's adorable. That's coming from an atheist.
Jesus loves me, this I know.
But Eric is not impressed by this Jesus song. In fact, he is deeply annoyed.
Jesus loved me.
This song is ruining his life, apparently.
Because Daddy's a little angry with Jesus right now. Make it stop.
Since Eric has to rest for so long while recovering from surgery, Lou from church has hired an associate pastor to help out at the church in Eric's absence. The church board did not consult Eric about this at all. They just do it, and they don't give Eric any heads up either. Lou just shows up at Eric's house with the new associate pastor in order to inform him of this development. The new pastor is named Chandler Hampton. He is freshly graduated from pastor school with his doctorate, and he's only 23 years old. Eric does not take this well. He assumes that he is being kicked out of the church and being replaced with a much younger, hipper dude. He gets excessively angry about this, and this is the moment Eric broke. The rapture of Eric.
We had to do something. We can't just... Shut up, Lou!
Eric, the doctor said not to get excited.
So you got someone to replace me?
He's not replacing you. He's not.
Did you know about this?
No, I didn't know about it.
Eric is now sitting outside on the porch with an additional glass of wine and a cigar. Yeah. Eric is broken. The next time Annie sees Eric, he is all calm, he smiles, appearing to have processed all of his anger over this whole other pastor situation. He then ushers the twins into the room and begins playing on an electric guitar without an amp and singing the song that the twins were singing earlier, you know, singing it with them.
For the Bible tells me so.
So sweet. So cute, right? That seems like an improvement in my eyes. Eric is letting loose. He's relaxing, acting like a happy father and interacting with his children.
They are weak, but he is strong.
Now, I see improvement, but this is a massive red flag for Annie. Big boy red flag. Oh no. Something's wrong. This isn't normal.
This isn't good. This isn't good at all.
Very bad. This is not good, guys.
It sounds good, but it's not.
Cecilia and Simon this episode are still pretty much the same as last episode. Cecilia is just rubbing it in that she's into some French dude.
And he's so cute. And he's sexy.
Great.
And I want you two to be best friends. Because we're best friends.
Like, she even makes out with this guy in front of Simon. He still likes her, and she knows this. Why does he keep hanging out with Cecilia? I don't get it.
I think I like him. Really like him.
Lucy and Kevin are still having some problems.
What do you need Roxanne for?
To save my life.
What do you mean, save your life?
Lucy is mad about Roxanne again. Surprise, surprise.
She's there for me on the job the same way you're there for me in life.
What aspects of your life do you involve her in?
Because Roxanne and Kevin were intentionally riling Lucy up earlier today while they were supposed to be working. Granted, Lucy was stalking them while they were stationed to work at the promenade, but because they noticed Lucy stalking them, Kevin and Roxanne go into like a jeweler shop and look at rings and act like Roxanne is picking out a ring. They really had no reason to do this other than to make Lucy upset. So good job, guys. Lucy later tells Kevin off, blows up on him a bit, storms off in anger. We've seen this before. And Kevin stares at her while she walks away and again says to himself, I love that woman, just like he does every time she storms off in anger. It's like he wants her to get jealous and angry.
I hope you don't mind. I was looking for a quiet place to study.
And you knew Roxanne was getting a ride over here, and you thought maybe she'd come up here with me first. But I love it that you don't want anyone else with me.
Maybe he's the kind of person that like gets really horny after fighting. Maybe he's like that. And he's just like trying to intentionally, Ew.
I'll be over as soon as I change.
Don't bother.
I love that woman.
Last episode, Lucy told Robbie that it's okay if he dates Roxanne. However, Robbie has not spoken to Roxanne since she forcefully kissed him a few weeks ago. I guess he hasn't bothered to call her like a real man would.
Do you want to know how a real man does it?
Yeah, show us how a real man does it.
I like you, but I date men, real men.
A real man do it like this.
Whoa! That's a real man!
Pick up the phone and call.
But Roxanne seems to be fine with Kevin calling Robbie for her.
Roxanne?
Hi, is this Robbie?
Kevin, for some reason, thinks it's a good idea to get Robbie and Roxanne on the phone together, and he does, where Robbie then asks Roxanne out on a date, and she accepts, quite happily, might I add. Roxanne shows up at the Camden home to meet up with Robbie for their date, and she happens to be there around the same time that the new pastor guy, Chandler, is there to meet Eric. And would it surprise you at all to learn that the moment Roxy lays eyes on Chandler, she is smitten with him? Roxy gets all coy and seductive toward Chandler right in front of Robbie, who, you know, she's on a date with right now.
I don't believe we've met.
And as soon as Robbie and Roxanne are alone together, Roxanne tells Robbie that she wants to start going to church.
You know, I've been thinking about going back to church.
Interesting.
I don't know why I bother. I'm such a loser.
Roxanne is so transparent that Robbie can see what's going on. He fully understands that Roxanne has the major hots for the new pastor guy, and he even calls her out on it to her face.
I saw the way you looked at that minister. I know why you're thinking about going back to church.
I didn't look at him.
Yes, you did.
Roxy then tells Robbie that she will call him.
Good night. I'll call you.
I don't think she's gonna call. Episode 8. Peer pressure. It's in this episode that we finally get our answers about Kevin's dark past, so stay tuned for that. In this episode, Kevin and Roxanne have a scene where they are openly trying to conspire against Lucy, openly discussing lying to Lucy, figuring out how they can manipulate her into liking Roxanne.
Like you have a boyfriend and the two of you love board games. Because if Lucy thinks you and your boyfriend are playing board games, that means you'll be getting married and leaving me alone.
But I don't have a boyfriend, so that'd be telling a lie.
A lie that's not only fun, but a lie that serves me.
Just so many levels of inappropriate and insane.
You know what'd be more fun? If I say I want you as a boyfriend and the two of us play board games every night.
That would be less fun.
You asked me to lie.
This particular interaction leads me to believe that Kevin is fully aware that Roxanne is unhinged.
Behave yourself.
Behave myself? You are gonna pay for that, Kirk.
How is Kevin just routinely putting up with this uncontrollable manipulative behavior coming from Roxanne? It's so bad.
Ever since I broke up with my boyfriend, I can't help thinking I'd really like a boyfriend.
So why did you and your boyfriend break up?
Plain and simple jealousy. Stanley told me that when a guy's considering marriage, that's when he's most likely to put himself through the test. He thought Kevin would test himself with me. Insanely jealous.
If you're just making this stuff up, so I'll tell Lucy.
I hope you won't tell Lucy anything.
You're starting to scare me.
Seriously? What is happening here?
You are gonna pay for that, Kirk.
For some reason, Simon accompanies Kevin and Roxanne at work today. You know, he's just shadowing the police, I guess. And Simon and Roxanne both end up catching Kevin in kind of a weird situation. They pull over someone for speeding in a residential area, and Kevin walks up to the window to approach this person. He immediately recognizes this woman and refers to her as Mindy Kirk, not his sister. Plus, they act like this together. What? What?
Goodbye.
Bye. Naturally, upon returning to the vehicle, Roxanne and Simon are both very curious about who this woman is and what the heck just happened.
Tourist lost. It's nothing.
Kevin refuses to talk about it and just acts super shifty.
Who was that?
None of your business. Let's go. I'm not going to tell you. Either of you.
When they get back home, Kevin tells Simon not to tell Lucy about this. Simon sees no red flags with this and officially confirms the fact that everyone in the family is on board with constantly gaslighting Lucy.
There's a reason why Lucy gets left out and told about stuff last. She's crazy.
You just saw Kevin in a situation where he was holding a woman close and she was repeatedly kissing him. Kevin then refuses to give any kind of explanation or clarification and insists that nobody talk about it. And then you're like, oh yeah, I definitely will not tell Lucy about this. We all know how she can just act so crazy all the time.
That's why I'm not gonna tell her anything.
Maybe it's because Kevin is worried about Simon spilling the beans, or maybe he actually came to his senses about this whole body count situation. But Kevin finally comes clean to Lucy about his past lovers, which includes this woman that he was snuggling up to today.
You know how you've been wanting to know if I've ever been with someone before?
Please don't tell me it's Roxanne.
Uh-oh. Turns out Kevin does have a deep, dark secret from his past. He was briefly married to his high school girlfriend, and then they got divorced. The horror! When Kevin and Mindy were dating at age 18, Mindy thought that she was pregnant, and so both of their families forced them to get married. And then she actually wasn't pregnant, and they realized they did not want to be married at age 18. So they got divorced 6 months later and went their separate ways.
Why didn't you tell me?
I was afraid you wouldn't love me. I was afraid this would be a deal breaker.
Bro, that's like the basics. Open and honest, get to know you 101. Like, this wasn't a hookup. This wasn't a one-night stand or a friend with benefits. Like, you were fucking married, bro. This is one of the things you need to tell someone within the first month of dating. Preferably within the first 2 dates. Ideally, the first date.
So Roxanne met her first.
She saw her, but neither she nor Simon met her.
Simon saw her too, which is the only reason why you're telling me.
Well, I was gonna tell you eventually.
Not telling this to Lucy earlier was a major failure on Kevin's part. He did not have to let this escalate to the degree that it did, especially after seeing how upset and freaked out Lucy has been about this for the last few weeks. Kevin has just been like running away and avoiding the conversation entirely, and all it is that he was married one time when he was 18. Like, that, what? And Lucy has been getting more and more worked up about Kevin's mysterious past because he has been running away from this question like he used to be a free love, weed smoking, mud rolling, bisexual hippie in the 1970s. Maybe if you were like that, Kevin, I would actually like you a lot more than I do right now. Kevin? Lucy probably wouldn't like that very much, but maybe you would actually be a cool person. Anyway, Lucy is pretty shook by this situation, mostly the fact that Kevin has been with someone in the past.
Is she pretty?
Luce, don't do this.
Is she?
You can ask Simon.
I will. I'll ask him right now.
Oh no, how devastating and horrible.
Let's just keep this between us for now, okay?
I told your dad.
Also, this is the last episode in this season that we see Robbie. He has a few minor lines.
You want to tell me why you were meeting with Chandler today?
I told him I thought it would be best if he packed up and left town.
Thank you. It means a lot to me that you would do something stupid like that on my behalf.
I can't take all the credit. Matt and Mary asked me to do it.
They're good kids.
Yeah.
And then he just disappears forever with no explanation. Nobody says anything about it. They don't bring it up until the season finale when they say apparently he moved to Florida. Really, Robbie just vanishes into thin air and nobody has a damn word to say about it. So
They're good kids.
Yeah.
Episode 9, Lost Souls. This episode is a mess. This may be the worst episode of Seventh Heaven ever made.
When I see their happy faces smiling back at me.
Hey, let's check back in with Simon and Cecilia. How are those guys doing? Well, they're dating now. No explanation as to how that happened, but they're dating now.
Who knew cowboys could dance?
Probably everyone but you.
We get into another judgy side of Cecilia because she is employed.
Can I make it up to you tomorrow night?
I have to work.
I didn't know you had a job.
And there's this line that Cecilia has. I don't know what it is. Just the way she said it, I can't get it out of my head.
I didn't know you had a job.
I work for my dad. I make really good money scrubbing toilets.
I work for my dad. I make really good money scrubbing toilets. I don't know why that just got me so bad. I make really good money scrubbing toilets.
I make really good money scrubbing toilets.
She seems to look really negatively on anyone who doesn't have a job as a teenager.
You have a job?
Collecting my usual allowance, which isn't much.
You still get an allowance? You could get a job, but instead you take an allowance.
She scoffs at him like he's worthless for being a teenager who gets an allowance from his parents instead of working a job.
I help out around the house. What responsible family member doesn't help out around the house? You get paid to do that?
Cece then tells Simon that he needs to get a job as well.
I'm going to get a job.
I would hope so.
Working as a teenager is fine. Like, some people want to, some people have to. But if you don't have to have a job as a teenager and you don't want one, don't do it. Enjoy the luxury of not having to work. Working will be the only thing you do forever. Enjoy your childhood while you can. But Cecilia gets pretty hoity-toity about this whole job thing, which makes me like her even less than I did before, which was not that much.
I work for my dad. I make really good money scrubbing toilets.
A new boy named Peter moves into town and he falls in love with Ruthie. He's kind of there in the background, developing a relationship with Ruthie through the next rest of the show, but he doesn't become super prominent and important until later, so just remember, he's here.
Who are you?
I'm new in the neighborhood. I go to Ruthie's school. I think I'm in love with her.
In this episode, when we're introduced to Peter, he meets Eric and calls Eric Mr. Camden instead of Reverend Camden, and this shakes Eric to his bones.
Come on, Mr. Camden, just let me talk to her.
Mr. Camden. Mr. Eric Camden.
Eric starts a whole journey as if he is exploring a whole new identity. He's doing a midlife crisis, if you will. Annie is worried that something bad happened to Eric during the surgery.
And I'm afraid they took out a piece of his heart.
Isn't really how that works, but it may be accurate because, yeah, this heart surgery thing really messes him up. Eric eventually confesses that the God business just really isn't his thing anymore.
It's gonna get better, you know that, don't you?
I don't think so. I'm getting out of the business.
You're what?
I'm finished with God and church and helping people. It's just not working so well for me anymore.
He's suddenly decided he's done, and that means he gets to check out of all of his reverend duties. And apparently, talking to his children about their life problems falls under reverend duties, not father duties, so he doesn't have to do that anymore either. He quit that too. There's a part where Lucy walks up to him to try and talk to him about something, and he's like, nope, don't care. Don't want to know.
You are not.
You know, whatever it is, I can't help you. I can't help anyone. I don't want to help anyone. I quit. I'm going to bed now.
Now to the real problems with this episode. Kevin. Are we surprised? It's Kevin again. Kevin is the reason this is the worst episode of Seventh Heaven ever. It's country western week at the local pool hall, and that is the only context we are given going into this episode. We're at the pool hall, people are dressed up, doing some swing dancing, and Lucy walks into the pool hall. She looks around at all the people with a big smile on her face, and then she spots Kevin dancing with Roxanne. Very badly, might I add. This man is not a dancer. They both look pretty funny, bobbing up and down while they're dancing, smiling awkwardly. Kevin, why the fuck are you on a literal date with Roxanne right now? This is not an appropriate way to behave with your supposed platonic coworker. So yeah, Lucy is pissed as hell. She does her signature move of storming out, and as Lucy is storming out of the pool hall, she runs into Chandler, the new pastor guy. He notices she's not doing okay and tries to talk to her, and she just immediately starts gaslighting herself out of habit at this point.
Do you ever love someone so much that you felt completely out of control and kept making an idiot out of yourself, but you just couldn't help it?
Lucy, You just saw the man that you love dancing with the woman that he has repeatedly told you not to worry about. That hurt you so much that you had to step out of the building and cry. And now you're calling yourself out of control and an idiot because you feel this way? Lucy, honey, healthy relationships don't make you feel this way. Kevin has gaslit Lucy so badly that she now thinks that her feelings of jealousy and pain are completely ridiculous and unfounded. If Kevin really loved Lucy, he wouldn't have been dancing with Roxanne in the first place. He would never make her feel this way after she expressed her feelings to him the first time, which, he never let her do that. If Kevin loved Lucy, he would not be trying to strong-arm her into being okay with this situation. He would not continually force Lucy to be in a situation where she has to interact with Roxanne. He would not cut Lucy off with physical force and call her crazy.
Roxanne, the woman you were with.
What woman?
The one you won't tell me about.
Honey, you're not going crazy. You're already there.
I want to know what he said.
Aren't you a little old to keep a diary?
So, I'm the problem? And I don't want to be crazy like my mom.
Too late. You're acting crazy. Maybe with all this going on, you should act a little less crazy. I love you, Lucy Camden. You're crazy, but I love you. And the other one being, you are crazy?
I have come to the conclusion that Kevin does not love Lucy. Kevin gets off on making Lucy upset.
And change partners!
Man, I love that woman.
And I know, the Seventh Heaven writers did not intend this at all. I'm thinking about this way too deep. But you know what? The Seventh Heaven writers made a bunch of terrible people. And we just have to accept that.
I love that woman.
So Lucy is expressing her feelings to Chandler and is getting so worked up that she now thinks that Kevin is gonna break up with her.
Well, if Kevin wants to break up with me, then he can just break up with me.
Kevin has driven her to the point where she is worried that her being jealous of him dancing with Roxanne is gonna make him want to break up with her, which is insane. Chandler notices that Lucy's not doing well, that she needs help, so he offers to talk with her, and they go to the church together to talk. So Lucy ends up entirely missing what was supposed to be a date night with Kevin because she goes to the church with Chandler, and they talk for 3 hours.
I love to study religion and history in the Bible, and I love talking about religion, history, and the Bible.
What interests you the most about religion and history?
That the truth survives both.
I don't know about that. Hey, at least they have something in common that they can talk about and get Lucy's mind off of her insane boyfriend. Kevin doesn't even try to start looking for Lucy until after she's an hour late.
Have you seen Lucy? She was supposed to meet me here an hour ago, but she's not here, and it's not like her to be late.
We then learn that Roxanne actually is at the pool hall because she has a date set up for tonight as well with one of the other cops from the cop store.
I have a date.
With?
A guy you know.
Smitty?
Maybe.
Naturally. Of course.
No, you can't date guys we work with. It's not good for your career.
What you mean is it's not good for your love life. You don't want Lucy thinking I like cops.
Kevin then tells Roxanne that she has to cancel her date to help him look for Lucy.
If she's not here in 15 minutes, I'm going out to look for her, and so are you.
Can you just let this woman have one single night off? Just because you aren't able to have any semblance of work-life balance doesn't mean you have to force your coworker into it too. Also, if you don't want Lucy to think you have feelings for Roxanne, stop forcing Roxanne to cancel her date nights to do vigilante shit with you.
What I mean is, you're canceling your date to help me look for Lucy.
Well, Roxanne goes with Kevin to help look for Lucy, even though she definitely doesn't want to.
Kevin, I'm not doing this. I'm not wasting my entire night looking for your crazy girlfriend.
She may be crazy, but she knows her way to the pool hall.
Kevin and Roxanne leave the pool hall and get in a car, and then they're just talking in the car. They're just sitting there talking. Roxanne correctly assumes that Lucy saw her and Kevin dancing together, got upset and left. But Kevin refuses to accept this as a viable option because he knows Lucy so well.
And if she did see us, then she would have come up to us and said something, because that's how she is. She says what's ever on her mind and doesn't care who's listening.
And he knows that she would blow up in his face and yell at him and get all mad and stuff.
You know and I know she'd be right in our faces. That's how she is.
Kevin, do you know your girlfriend at all?
There's no way she just got upset and left without blowing up on me like the crazy person she is.
That's how she is.
Roxanne just makes the most cuckoo bananas, crazy pants spaghetti town decision I've ever seen.
Just kiss me. Just once.
Yeah, Roxanne asks Kevin to kiss her.
What?
That's all I'm asking. Just one kiss. Come on, it's not like you're officially engaged or anything.
I'm in love with Lucy. I don't want to kiss you.
Oh. Just one kiss.
Roxy gets really butthurt when Kevin says no to kissing her, turning it on Kevin like he's the one who's being unreasonable here.
We're not kissing. Not now, not ever, not for any reason.
I just thought that one time wouldn't hurt anything.
Oh, what the fuck, Kevin? Why are you acting like that?
Oh.
This girl is nuts. Nuts. Aren't you guys supposed to be looking for Lucy right now? Why are you just sitting in a car on the side of the road?
Why did you become a cop?
Hey, I've wanted to be a cop since I was a kid. So don't get all confused and think that I'm not good at my work just because I wanted to kiss you.
I just wanted to know. I thought maybe it's time we get to know each other a little better.
Oh boy, you saw that right. Kevin deflects the conversation by playing a get-to-know-you game with his coworker he sees all day, every day, and somehow this question hasn't come up yet.
Why did you become a cop?
My mom was a witness to a crime. My dad talked her into identifying him. She came out of the police station and somebody shot her. She died 3 days later.
Yeah, her mom was fucking murdered. As if we needed more drama. After that lighthearted conversation, Roxanne turns the tables again.
I'm really sorry about your mom.
Now will you kiss me?
Roxanne asks Kevin to kiss her 3 times. 3 times. After getting rejected twice, you ask him to kiss you again? 3 times, bitch. Kevin's demeanor shifts. He's having more of a somber attitude after Roxanne's been super pushy and not taking no for an answer and then talking about her mom's horrific death. And Roxanne gets mad at Kevin for being somber.
I'm just trying to lighten things up. I still miss my mom. Kissing you is not gonna make me miss her any less. Come on, smile.
Run as fast as your legs can carry you. Go to your superior officer. Get a different partner. Oh my God. Kevin and Roxanne just keep talking nonsense until Kevin suddenly remembers that his girlfriend is missing.
Different faces, different personalities, and you never know who the enemy is. I like that. I just made myself nervous. I hope Lucy's okay.
But before we go find Lucy, Roxanne has to remind all of us that she's a super genius.
You know, I almost got into profiler training, right?
Almost got into profiler training?
Well, they didn't accept me, but...
Kevin calls her an amateur psychic, and then Roxy pretends to make a psychic prediction.
I predict Lucy's going to be fine, and one day, you're gonna kiss me.
Roxanne? You are a bad person. No, Roxy. No, bad Roxy. You'd think Kevin would be totally done with Roxanne at this point, right? You'd think he'd file a sexual harassment complaint to HR and request a new partner, right? Well, if you thought that, you would be wrong. Roxanne floats the idea that Lucy went to the church to talk to Chandler, and Kevin gets so worked up.
Maybe she's talking to Chandler.
Why would she be talking to Chandler?
Maybe she needed some help.
Well, if she needed help from a minister, she could go home and get help from her father.
Immediately furious that Lucy would talk to another man about her feelings and not be talking to him.
Why don't you just go home and wait for her?
Because I think I've waited long enough, and she better not be talking to that new minister instead of talking with me.
I don't know, man. Maybe if you actually cared about Lucy's feelings, you wouldn't have forced her to turn to a stranger for relief from the pain that you have habitually and continually caused her to feel. Meanwhile, Lucy is at the church talking with Chandler about her passions. Apparently, Lucy doesn't really ever talk to Kevin about her passions because she explicitly excluded his name from the list of people she likes to talk about her passions with.
Who do you talk to about all that?
My dad, sometimes other people in class, sometimes a perfect stranger if I have the opportunity.
Little bit of a red flag in my opinion. Lucy honestly looks happier than I have ever seen her, and she's just sitting eating a snack picnic with Chandler.
I want to be a minister because I want to be like my dad.
Kevin finally finds Lucy at the church, and he walks in all pouty, like a little toddler.
I'm glad someone's amused.
Hi, Kevin.
He is so mad that Lucy is talking to Chandler, even after Lucy and Chandler clarify this was not a date, we were just talking.
We're just discussing the perils of being in the ministry. For 3 hours?
Kevin accuses Lucy of intentionally going out on a date with Chandler to retaliate against him because she's jealous of Roxanne.
You saw me dancing with Roxanne at the pool hall, so you thought you'd get back at me by going out with Chandler?
No, I didn't think I'd get back at you, and I'm not out with Chandler.
Yes, you were out with Chandler. You were angry and jealous, and so you've been out flirting with him.
I wonder, does Lucy potentially maybe have any kind of good reason to be jealous and upset about Roxanne? Anything from recent memory or...
And one day, you're gonna kiss me.
When defending herself clearly isn't getting Lucy anywhere with Kevin, she apologizes to Kevin. Kevin, however, doesn't accept her apology.
You two were out together when Lucy was supposed to be out with me.
Kevin, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Don't make up any excuses.
Instead, he storms off like a child.
If we had proms, Lucy, we worked them out together.
Lucy follows after him, and right as Kevin is heading out the front door of the church, Roxanne is walking in. This is one of the most insane things I have ever seen.
Is everything okay?
Kevin kisses Roxanne in retaliation to hurt Lucy on purpose. It's the same thing that he was just accusing Lucy of doing. I hate Kevin so much. After kissing Roxanne, Kevin just walks out and leaves Roxanne there with Lucy, and they're just looking at each other. Roxanne is just like, oh, awkward, and just looks at her with this snooty ass face. Oh God, I hate her. Please, Lucy, please break up with Kevin, please. Kevin is such an idiot to do that. Like, what a colossal dumbass. Roxy later shows up at the Camden home to apologize to Lucy and tell Lucy that everything was her fault, like Roxanne's fault. Roxanne essentially takes responsibility for Kevin kissing her.
You have to listen to me. That kiss was my fault. I wanted to see if I could get anywhere with him.
Yeah, you heavily contributed to this happening, but Kevin's the one who did it. Kevin chose to do that.
I just wanted to see if he would kiss me.
He has already demonstrated that he contains the proper amount of self-control.
I'm in love with Lucy. I don't want to kiss you.
Oh.
Kevin was just butthurt that he got caught dancing with Roxanne, and he's trying to punish Lucy for it because she had the audacity to have feelings. Oh, not again. The decision to kiss Roxanne was made by Kevin, and Kevin alone. Yet for some reason, he never has to take responsibility for this. I'm not kidding. Roxanne even tells Lucy she's apologizing because she knows that Kevin will never apologize for this.
Tell me again why you're here.
Because Kevin's down at the pool hall. He's not going to apologize to you for kissing me, even though we both know he feels like an idiot.
So the two women he's pit against each other are now responsible for resolving all the problems that he has caused.
That kiss was my fault. All my fault. I practically begged him to kiss me, and he refused.
I'd like to blame you, but it's not your fault. I didn't call him. I was angry at the two of you and jealous of you.
The conflict between Roxanne and Lucy exists for one reason and one reason only. Kevin. Kevin is the reason this is all happening. Yet he is the one person who never has to take accountability for his sins.
It's my fault, and I accept complete responsibility.
Roxanne even uses Lucy's Christianity as a way to guilt trip her into forgiving Kevin.
He did kiss you.
Come on. Aren't you a Christian? Don't you believe in forgiving?
Insane. So Lucy then goes on a journey to find Kevin at the pool hall. They do not bring up the kiss with Roxanne at all. Ever. I guess that was Roxanne's fault, and apparently we worked that all out, so whatever. Kevin then further accuses Lucy of trying to lash out at him and punish him, not just because of Roxanne, but also because of his ex-wife that she just found out about.
What's really bothering you? That I was dancing with Roxanne or that I was married before?
She's punishing him because he was in a relationship in the past. That's what he's telling Lucy that she's doing.
I want to be the only woman you dance with for the rest of your life.
And she forgives Kevin.
About tonight, you're forgiven.
You're not.
He straight up just said that as his last line and then they just go off and start dancing like this was some cute little interaction they had. Honestly, we are at a point now where this is crossing the line into emotional abuse. I mean, it was already there before, but this is like, wow. Wow.
You're forgiven.
You're not.
Constantly accuses her of being jealous and crazy, gets mad when she talks to another person about her feelings, kisses another woman in front of her to punish her, refuses to apologize, and somehow finds a way to make Lucy the problem again. Since Lucy went and talked to a guy who showed her kindness for a few hours when she was really upset, she does not deserve to be apologized to or forgiven. Throw the whole man away and then tell me where the dumpster is so I can come and no reason. Just tell me where the dumpster is. I'm on my way. Episode 10. A cry for help. The gaslighting does not stop in episode 10 as Kevin is adamantly trying to force Lucy into being best friends with Roxanne. Still.
Come on, tell me why you don't want to go out with Roxanne and her friends tonight.
I think you know why.
No, I don't.
The gaslighting is insane.
Why?
Because.
That's not a good enough reason. Why?
Because I don't want to.
Why?
And weirdly, Roxanne is pushing this too. They're both still acting somehow like Lucy is the problem here.
Lucy was sick the last time I invited you out.
Well, she's still sick.
She should see someone.
Like a doctor?
Like a psychiatrist.
Oh yeah, just crazy old Lucy.
Okay, Lucy's stubborn and slightly insane, but she's a good person and she'll come around, you'll see.
What is wrong with these people? Since Lucy isn't being particularly warm to Roxanne, Roxy decides to create even more drama. She goes to her superior officers and asks to have a different cop partner than Kevin.
I want a new partner.
Simply because Lucy will not hang out with her and be nice to her. Instead of seeing this for the blessing that it is, and accepting the fact that him having a different partner is best for everyone involved, Kevin instead throws a hissy fit about it.
I don't want a new partner.
I do. It's for the best.
This isn't what I want, so how can it be for the best?
It's what Lucy wants.
Kevin lashes out at Lucy, saying that this is all her fault.
She wants a new partner because of you.
Sorry.
No, you're not. That's what you wanted from the second you laid eyes on her.
I tried to like Roxanne. I try to like everyone, but I just don't.
There's no logical reason for you not to like her.
The audacity. It's abundant.
I trust you.
So you don't trust Roxanne?
Hey.
It gets even worse when Kevin makes it very clear his partnership with Roxanne is more important to him than his relationship with Lucy.
Roxanne is my partner, and you may not like her, but I do. I'm not gonna lose her as a partner. We're good together.
And he gives Lucy an ultimatum.
And what am I supposed to do?
If you don't figure it out before the end of the night, I don't know how much longer we're gonna be partners.
Please, Lucy, see this for the manipulation tactic that it is and leave this stretched, wrinkly ballsack of a man.
This isn't what I want, so how can it be for the best?
Per the ultimatum, Lucy goes to hang out with Roxanne.
Room for one more?
I thought you were sick.
I'm sorry, okay? I know I haven't been that friendly towards you.
And Roxanne is wild.
You think I don't like you.
You don't like me. No matter what I do, nothing works.
I don't understand. I've tried everything. I don't get it. Why don't you like me?
Just baffles me.
If you'd give me a chance, someday maybe I could
be nicer to me.
Yeah.
Are we forgetting the part where you were literally begging Kevin to kiss you last episode like it was no big deal? Did we forget about that?
Okay, I'll stay partners with Kevin. But if things don't get better between us,
things will get better.
Okay, fine. I'll stay partners with Kevin.
You're on thin ice, Missy.
Kevin and Roxy are made for each other, I swear to God.
Be nicer to me.
Eric's plotline in this episode takes him through the journey of transitioning from Reverend Camden to Mr. Camden. Eric decides to take a job at a local college radio station, which is super weird. Why would they not hire a student? Why are you hiring a 50-plus-year-old man going through a midlife crisis to work at your college radio station? Turns out Lucy had something to do with this. She told them to hire her dad because it was a sneaky way of her trying to get him back into the ministry and make him want to go back to church and be a reverend again. Doesn't work, though. Eric is pretty stubborn about quitting.
I don't want to keep helping people for a living. I don't want to do church work anymore. I want to move on.
I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, their house is owned by the church. I don't know if he really thought this through. Episode 11, Sunday. In this episode, Eric is in a place where I think he's my favorite version of himself.
I want you back to work sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
What's your excuse now?
Well, I want to see if my novel gets published.
He's skipping out on church. He's really relaxed. He's being a fatherly figure to the neighborhood kid who has just a single mom raising him. He's taking care of the twin boys. He's kicking back, watching some TV on a Sunday. I kind of fuck with it. Not only that, but this fun version of Eric writes a smut novel.
What novel?
I wrote a novel.
I don't care. I want you back to church next week.
It is apparently really good. Everyone who reads it is like, wow, that's pretty good. But it's also super smutty. Very smutty.
Lover, can you hear me?
I think you're going to like it. It's not what you think.
Annie's pretty skeptical at first, but then she starts reading it, and let's just say, I think she likes it a lot. This is a side hustle I think Eric should absolutely be pursuing. Imagine if Eric keeps writing smut novels over the next 20 years of his life. Oh my God. I mean, this is before book talk was even a thing. He's early in the game.
It can be read on many different levels, but the subtext of the title, Lover, Can You Hear Me? Can God Hear Us?
There is a huge market for this, Eric. This is a very worthy side hustle to pursue.
I was using the physical relationship as a parallel to the spiritual relationship between man and God, as in prayer.
I guess I read it the other way.
If you don't want to be a reverend anymore, I think the smut novel industry is the way to go for you.
You know, if you've been hanging out in your office writing smut, I'm going to be really, really upset with you.
Okay.
Eric also says something weird about women that, I don't know. Is it misogynistic? Is it not? I think so. I think it is.
The key is not to hook into the bad mood and just wait it out. That's what women are, really. Moods. A series of moods.
Women and their moods. You know how you just let the moods pass by like the waves of the ocean. Watch them go.
Just wait it out.
You don't have to do anything about it. You don't have to, put in any effort to understand or help or anything. You just let the moods come and go. Because that's all women are. Moods.
That's what women are, really. Moods.
Simon and Cecilia are at a point in their relationship where they are considering having sex.
Are you sure we should do this today?
It was our New Year's resolution. How much longer should we wait?
Yeah.
It was our New Year's resolution.
And here's the thing. They're weirdly very responsible about it. I'm kind of impressed, honestly. Simon and Cece have been talking about whether or not they're ready to have sex for months. They've talked to their school counselor about it, who recommended they talk to their parents. And they've decided that they want to discuss it with their parents to make sure their parents are aware and okay with it.
Hopefully when we do have sex, it will be with their permission or at least their understanding.
In my opinion, they are being extremely mature and responsible about this, wanting to be emotionally and physically safe. They want their parents to know. They even go buy condoms and everything. That's above and beyond for a teenager.
We've read the pamphlets, we watched the movie, we've talked to each other for endless hours about the pros and cons.
Oh, and Cece's dad gets so mad, dude.
I'm Cecilia's father and I'm looking for Simon.
Instead of just saying, no, I really am not comfortable with you guys having sex. I think you're too young. I think you should wait, whatever. Cece's dad blames everything on Simon, even though Cece's the one who's kind of pushing it harder than Simon was.
Do you know that your son is planning on having sex with my daughter at some point in the near future?
Well, it sounded better when it was just me and Cecilia talking about it.
Her dad basically says that they can't date at all anymore.
May I say that we like your daughter?
Well, I don't like your son, and I don't ever want him out with my daughter again. I want you to keep your son away from her.
Just terrible parenting. No. Even if the answer is no, I don't want you having sex. You don't punish your children for being open and honest and responsible. You don't punish that. If anything, you should take her out to ice cream or something and tell her you're proud that she was honest with you, and still say, hey, I'm not comfortable with this, and this is what you need to be aware of. Why? but here's some ice cream. Thanks for being such a good kid, you know? Why are we punishing these children for being so good? Give your kids a little bit of trust for once. My goodness. They probably would have respected your wishes not to have sex because they're good, responsible kids.
Our grades are very good. We both work and have savings.
We've read the pamphlets, we watched the movie.
Simon's just a pig, wants to be all over her, so he can't see her anymore.
No, preacher's son. I should have known.
Today is the day Roxanne makes her move. She swoops in on Chandler. Roxanne actually goes to church for the very first time in her entire life to seduce Chandler. And it works. It certainly works.
She's not interested in anything spiritual, believe me.
At first, Roxanne tries to be a little coy about it, saying she just felt like going back to church, but after a little probing, she openly admits that she's not religious at all and never has been.
I was very moved by your sermon. I would love to talk more with you about it. How about we go someplace where we can talk privately?
When you said it was your resolution to go back to church,
Actually, I've never been to church.
then you actually do have questions about my sermon?
Not really.
Also admits that basically the whole time during church, she was thinking about taking Chandler's clothes off, to put it lightly.
What if I'm a very bad woman who's having evil thoughts that I probably shouldn't have?
Penny for your thoughts?
I was just thinking the same thing I was thinking all during church.
Doesn't even try to pretend to be actually into church, really. She just wants to know if Chandler's DTF, if you know what I mean.
Was there anything in the 10 Commandments about not having sex before marriage?
Roxanne and Chandler go on a date that day. They immediately start dating. And while on the date, they hold hands, they kiss each other. Things start getting pretty intense pretty quickly between them. Roxanne makes it very clear her intentions here are not to go back to church, but to absolutely rip Chandler's clothes off. That's what she wants to do.
Maybe I wasn't specific enough. Do you believe in sex before marriage?
And you know what? Get it, girl. A lot of your past efforts have not been working out so well for you, so maybe this will be the one that actually works out. We'll have to see. Stay tuned.
Sex before marriage, I believe it happens.
Come on, that's not what I'm asking.
I really am just like any other man.
Since the writers are just dead set on having Lucy be insanely jealous of Roxanne, this development between Roxanne and Chandler messes Lucy up a little bit. Mainly because she knows the kind of person Roxanne is and does not think that Roxanne and Chandler would be a good fit for each other, considering he's a minister and Roxanne is insane. Lucy tries to warn Chandler about Roxanne, but she doesn't do it very tactfully, and of course Kevin cuts her off when she tries to talk about Roxanne.
I never really believed in love at first sight, but
You aren't in love. This is all your fault. You brought home that...
She also gets really jealous of Chandler because he gets to be a minister and she doesn't get to be a minister yet.
I've been going here all my life, but you know who's up there where I should be? Chandler. I don't like that. I don't like him.
sorry to interrupt.
And because Chandler happens to overhear Lucy insulting him, he makes her do the Sunday evening sermon with, not very much preparation.
And you think that you should be up there preaching.
I could do just as good a job as you're doing, hot pants.
Tonight's service is at 7. I'll see you tonight.
Lucy copes with her anger and jealousy by obsessing over the Sabbath day.
I want to change and then we can go for a walk.
I want to watch football with your dad and Peter.
Sunday has gone to heck and a handbasket. Once upon a time, it was a day of rest and reflection. Now it's a day of picking up guys at church and watching sports.
Oh, don't forget worshiping at the mall.
I don't know if you know this, but Christians are actually supposed to keep the Sabbath day holy, which a lot of different people interpret in a lot of different ways.
Church is not a pickup joint. Sunday is not the new Saturday night.
Lucy is putting her foot down today, okay? What happened to Sundays, guys? What happened to the Sabbath?
Doesn't anyone take time to reflect on spiritual matters anymore?
And Lucy does a sermon about the Sabbath day and keeping it holy.
Sunday is the day we catch up on our work and our homework. Because there's so much work and so much homework, there's no time to do it. And yet we wonder why children grow up so fast. Why people need drugs to relax.
It's almost like life can be super overwhelming and stressful and hard and busy. And yeah, while it's nice to be able to take a day off, not everybody can because of how freaking stressful it is to survive and exist in this world. And you can't act like that's a moral failing of humanity.
Could it be because we've lost 52 opportunities a year to rest?
Maybe we should take a little bit of a deeper look into the system that causes people people to be this stressed out and busy all the time. And then maybe we can talk about keeping the Sabbath day holy, okay?
I feel as if I have no time to do the things I need to do and never have the time to do the things I want to do. In losing our Sundays, we're losing a lot more. We're losing ourselves.
She at least does a good enough job with her sermon to break through to Eric, who happened to be hiding in the back. He has a moment of humbling himself to Jesus.
Okay, you got me on my knees. I need help.
Maybe he's not so mad at Jesus anymore. I don't know. He's asking for help, so that's a step. That's a step. Eric is healing, going back to his old self that's so much better than the self he is now that's actually chill and fun. At some point, Lucy has a sit-down conversation with Kevin where she talks about how she does not like the person she has become since she met Roxanne. She feels like she's not a good enough Christian because of how Roxanne is making her feel.
It doesn't feel good to be jealous and envious and out of control. I don't like who I am because I feel this way. It's just so not Christian of me.
Which makes me so sad. First of all. And second of all, Kevin still sucks at everything. I mean, it's pretty wild how we just constantly forget the fact that Roxanne has been really toxic. She and Kevin have maintained this super inappropriate and unprofessional relationship. I just can't believe how Kevin has been expecting Lucy to forget about all that. But then when Lucy's sitting there calling herself unchristian, this is where Kevin truly shows us he has zero emotional intelligence skills.
I don't like who I am because I feel this way. It's just so not Christian of me.
So feel some other way, Luce. You can choose how you feel.
It is a myth that you can just choose how you feel about something, okay? That's not real. You can't choose how things make you feel. You can choose how you respond to your feelings, how you treat others based on your feelings. You can definitely process your feelings and learn to change your outlook over time, which over time will change your feelings, maybe. But ultimately, no, you can't just voluntarily elect to feel a certain way about something, especially about a situation that is perpetually harming you and suffocating you.
So feel some other way, Luce. You can choose how you feel.
I'd like to think I can, but I can't.
Correct. That is correct. It's really dismissive and invalidating to just tell people to change how they feel about something. It's like telling someone who's depressed to just choose to be happy. You can't do that. You can't. You can take steps to mitigate depression, but you can't just choose not to have it. Okay, that's just feelings are feelings. Feelings are valid. Even if those feelings are not based in reality, doesn't mean you didn't feel them, and you're not choosing to feel them, and you certainly can't just choose to not feel them. A healthier approach would be to feel them and process them in a healthy and appropriate way.
You can choose how you feel.
I think for Lucy, as someone who's not a professional, just my opinion, the best way to help stop these feelings of jealousy and pain and whatever it is that's making her feel so terrible about herself, she should evaluate the root cause of all those feelings. Maybe, just maybe, instead of Lucy trying to change how she feels about Roxanne, she should change how she feels about being in a relationship with Kevin. For real, girl, this man gave you an ultimatum because you didn't want to hang out with the girl that he kissed in front of you. Maybe you should reevaluate where you stand with this relationship. Oh, and Kevin calls Lucy crazy again, for good measure.
I'm an idiot.
But we knew that.
You should have just gone with me to the promenade, and none of this ever would have happened.
No, but you'd still be crazy.
Make sure we get it in there once an episode.
Honey, you're not going crazy. You're already there. You're acting crazy, and maybe with all this going on, you should act a little less crazy. You're crazy, but I love you. You are crazy?
I'm not wasting my entire night looking for your crazy girlfriend.
She may be crazy, but she knows her way to the pool hall.
Okay, Lucy's stubborn and slightly insane.
She's crazy.
But you'd still be crazy.
You're forgiven.
You're not.
And that is about all of the seventh heaven I can handle right now, because holy moly, believe it or not, this video was quite distressing and triggering for me to work on. I'm only human. I can only handle so much at a time, okay? But don't worry, I'm not done. I will get to the second half. It will come. It will come soon. I just need to go take a really hot Epsom salt bath for a month. So I'll see you when I get back. As always, thank you so much for watching this. Oh my God, thank you so much. And I'll be seeing you very soon, hopefully very soon. Okay, bye!
I'm Cecilia's father, and I'm looking for Simon.
I love you, Lucy Camden. You're crazy, but I love you.
I work for my dad. I make really good money scrubbing toilets.
You're not my father. Our father's dead.
I'm an idiot.
But we knew that.
Was there anything in the 10 Commandments about not having sex before marriage?
Come on, Mr. Camden, just let me talk to her.
Mr. Camden.
You know, I almost got into profiler training, right?
If you've been hanging out in your office writing smut, I'm gonna be really, really upset with you.